Hello, 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 how are we all? Oh, a bit out of breath. I left my headphones downstairs and then forgot how to turn them on. He said, there we go, right. Oh, I believe everything is good to go. Should be, everything looks good, everything looks good. Controller works and everything, look at that, fantastic. Oh, does it? Hello controller, where did you go? There it is, right, continue. Oh. Actually a little bit out of breath. A little bit out of breath there. And calm. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, right then. So how is everyone? Any news, anything exciting going on in your worlds today? Pop the headphone on properly. It's going to bring my cup of tea a bit closer to me as well, so I don't have to stretch too much. Bit of a bad shoulder at the moment, as you may have... What video did I do today? I don't think it's Empire, so I don't think it came up. Right then. Let's pop out of there, shall we? So we are down with the Raven. We just talked to the Raven. What did the Raven want us to do? Anyone remember what the Raven wanted? What we... Blah, blah, blah. What the Raven wanted us to do. Discover from Carol the way to Periclave. We did what the Raven wanted, whatever that was, I can't remember. Oh, go and get the picture. Now we need to talk to the frog. That's what we need to do. We need to talk to the frog. What's that? Oh, it's mushrooms. So we still need to get a couple of mushrooms, more mushrooms. Outfit, roses. Report to the commander. Oh, okay, we need to report to the commander. That's a nice, easy one. We need to go to the woods. We can do that as well. I have just had a fantastic... You know, you get the little Steam announcements popping up in the corner. Just an announcement from Daze, or Daisy, saying Daisy is entering beta on PC. Jesus Christ, Daisy. Keep yourself relevant. How long has that been? So we need to go to... There's a few things we need to do, actually, isn't there? Another fake card. That might not be... Oh, hello, chill out. Haven't really dealt with the Queens, have we? We're not too bothered about that. Particularly because it's for the Master as well. And, you know, screw her. Screw her. So, talk to Silas. Talk to the Commander. And talk to Kerald. Okay, well, let's... Wonder what the controls are. I found runs. Okay, I found it. So we'll head down here, the way out. I remembered the run button and the jump button. It's like I never went away. So let's get out. Oh, I thought you weren't going to go down there for a second. Let's get out of the catacombs. Catacombs. However you want to pronounce it. Just straight forward, I think. Should take us to where the secret door is. That's the sound of a secret door. Obviously. Is the secret door shut? What's going on there? Oh. Oh, there we go. That was very confusing. There we go. Very confusing indeed. So the lift should be there. It is. Let's head on up. Head on up and head on out. Some collar out. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. Go up. I didn't think it'd go up any further. I thought I'd check anyway, though. Now, I suspect... Yeah, they're not going to like it if I'm dressed as a Mouse King. Don't know where that inclination come from, but there we go. Got that right, apparently. Let's get ourselves put into our guard uniform, I guess. Still disappointed the Ranger uniform didn't do quite what I thought it would. But there we go. So it's a Carol, Commander, and something else. Let's go to the Commander, because he's pretty close, isn't he? So let's do that first. We can also look at topping up our oil, which we can do just up these stairs. Past the disappointing strongbox down there. For shame, strongbox, for shame. Ah, yes, completely empty. Completely devoid of oil. Lantern is now refilled. So we shall trot along over here. Hello, mate. Speak with the commander, ain't I? Oh. Never known the commander not to be there. That's interesting, isn't it? Is there a reason for that, I wonder? I wonder. Okay. Let's do Silas now, as we're fairly close. It's not evening. Ooh, missed the turning. Let's do Silas now. Head on down here. Jump in the basket. We out? Couldn't really tell from the angle, but we are out indeed. Silas isn't there either. That's, was he still sat on his bed being miserable? Is that what's happening? Are you... There you go. Gonna climb that or not? Not very interesting. Not very well is the answer to that. Oh, he's not there. Where is the bugger? Nope. That'll do, mate. That'll do. Ha. 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 Okay, can't do Silas either. That's fine. Whatever. Whatever, Silas. Didn't want you in the first place. So, let's go and talk to Carol then. The only thing we can do. My only potential issue is if Carol decides to send us elsewhere. That would be a pain, wouldn't it? Out you get then, little buddy. Oh, nope, no, 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 stop. Oh. Been pressing a lot of playing. Been playing a lot of Red Dead. And obviously in Red Dead the run button is A or the X on the PlayStation controller. And, habit took over and immediately pressed the A button to try and run. Did not work. Did not work very well at all. Get out then, little buddy. Let's get you away from there, shall we? In fact, no, let's head to the forest first. Or the new tower, old tower, watchtower, whatever they call it. And let's light these candles to Dunlain. You got something you can steal? No, I don't think you have. Okay. Move on past. I'm pretty sure it meant out here. Have a quick look at the quest. That's completed. We don't want completed. That's why I was confused. Light a candle to each of Dunlain's fallen comrades. In the woods at Joth's obelisk is an invocation that will guide you in your task. Now, Joth's, I believe, is up here to the right. I believe. See if I remember that correctly. Ah, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, it was right button, wasn't it? How do I... Well, I can see it there. Why can't I... I'm very confused by that. Hey yo! Hey Brent, how's it going, mate? How the devil are you? I don't want the inscription. I want that. That's what I want. Why can't I not get that? Yep, that's reasonable. I would like to do that. I would like to do that. Is it because I'm dressed as a rat? I don't feel like that would make any difference, but just in case. Crouching doesn't work. No idea. Is it because I need a candle to burn away the leaves? Slightly vague. Slightly vague. Took me a moment to figure that out. I deep fried chicken last night for the first time. That's cool. Never even considered. I don't think I've deep fried anything before. I just wanted to... Where's the invocation? That's all I want. I don't care about the candle. Was this not Joth's obelisk? Maybe that's the problem. Now that's Joth. I'm sure that's Joth. Jothy. How have I been? I have had a pretty good week. I am now a trained first aider. That's what I've been doing the last 3 days. I guess I'll check the rest of the obelisks and see if they've got anything, right? Am I fully dressed up? I am, because the rat's coming. Apart from that, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead, obviously. Obvs. That's been much, much fun. Bloody bees. Get off. It's just a candle there, no invocation. There's one on the ground over there. What's that? It's a mushroom. Didn't really care about that too much, but there we go. Hello, Bethany Samantha Baird. And hello, Beth. How are you? You changed accounts very quickly there. That's very good. How are you, Beth? What's what, Brent? What's what? What's first aid? Don't think I've mentioned anything else. Sorry for immediately reading out your name there as well, Beth. I thought you'd maybe done a Brent and just changed it, as he is wont to do. He is a big fan of that. So I'm guessing there are some... No, can't burn those off. Can't... Oh, it's just not got the candle. Stupid bees, go away. Go away, bees. Yeah, there's that. I guess I can't light it. No. The dead are watching, the creepy wind whispers. Is it the same as what I'm thinking? I'm imagining it's exactly the same. First aid is first aid. I don't think it's much different. So we're talking CPR, recovery positions, bandaging, other things like that. You know, just basic sort of first aidy sort of stuff. Ah, is it this? Is that Joth? I'm not convinced that's Joth at all. Where's the inscription? Oh. Oh, that's not... I thought Joth was Dunlane's partner, but no. No. It's your college account. It's the problem with having multiple accounts, isn't it? I know I've got my fair share of them these days. See, what else did we do in first aid? That's pretty much it. Oh, we used the, what are they called? The defibrillators. Relatively new things, but that's now part of the first aid training, so we did that. Tourniquets have also been brought back in. We did a little bit of tourniquets as well. I'm looking for inventory. That's what I'm going for. Something new. Honour the dead. Tend the graves of the fallen. Too many fell here in Clarion's defence. How many? Not that long. The names of all but 9 forever lost to memory, death, and time. By those 9 names may the sacrifices of all be known, and let these candles, oh my arm hurts, burn eternal in their stead. And should some ill wind snuff them out, may it be upon the conscience of all good creatures to see these candles lit once more in the solemn order that our 9 heroes fell. Joth fell first, here at the forest gate. Then did Ull the archer, looking north towards his home. Hythe was taken next before Canlun, southwest of the Clarion, fell. Someone was lost on the northern slopes beneath the high bridge. Ah, it gets a bit confusing then. Okay. I am very well, thank you, Beth. Very well indeed. As I was just saying to Brent, I spent the last 3 days doing first aid training. So I've managed to have 3 days off work, which is always good. And I'm now a qualified first aider. Yes, yes. Every first aid kit comes with a Rambo bandana and an M16 instead of ghouls and sutures. That is a little different. That is a little different. Oh, but we did do bandanas, though. If you have an injury in the top of your head, not really much. You can't tie it around the chin. That's frowned upon. So they say put some pad in there and then use a bandana to deal with that. So I did actually do bandanas. Bizarrely. Hythe was taken next before... No. No, Ull the archer, looking north towards his home. Ull the archer, looking north towards his home. Well, I didn't really read the other ones, did I? Okay. Let's go read some of the other ones. Hello, mushroom. Oh, we finally completed one of the nighttime ones. It was for work. It was. We have a number of first aiders on the floor, but we've lost a few people of late. That's Hythe. Wasn't Hythe, was it? It was Ull, and then Hythe. Yes, we lost a number of members of staff, so they needed a new first aider to stand up. I actually applied for it a few months back, but someone else beat me to it, so I didn't get it that time. So this time, I did manage to. Here lies. Ooh, managed to get in there. You get the first aider, so I get an amazing pay rise of, it's like £3 a month, something like that. It is quite tiny. Ull Hythe next before Kunlun. But most importantly, I'm now a first aider for the next 3 years, and that means that I can always whack that on my CV if I go for another job. Already first aid trained. That's a benefit, that is. Which is that's part of the reason I did it, to be honest. Let's use up these little ones, get a bit of health back. So yes, for work, but for my own personal benefit. That's how I describe that. I'm guessing Clarion is the one down there. I know people in work do get called a little bit. A couple of times a year there's something happens. As I said, I work for an educational establishment, and although we don't deal directly with students, we are amongst the student teaching areas and the open access and everything. So it has been known that students have had some issues and collapsed or been sick or managed to, I don't know how they managed to cut themselves. Nothing really like that goes on, but maybe they cut themselves. So I know the first aiders have been called to deal with students previously. That is cool. I'm just going to run away from the bees while I get my candle out. Hey Indy, how's it going? As Indy says, do hit the like button, that'd be fantastic. How the devil are you, Indy? Learned how to do CPR in my 12th year because of legal reasons we couldn't be taught more. Yeah. I say yeah, that's actually a bit, I don't know, is that weird? Is that just because you were quite young so they couldn't teach you like the AED stuff, the defib stuff? I don't really know. Or because they don't want you... You're not young enough to be responsible enough to give first aid? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Surely the more people that know first aid, the better. What do I know? It was annoyingly, I haven't really done a proper first aid course before. I've done, you know, like you did. I did little bits in school here and there or whatever, college. But I've not done a proper first aid course before, and there was a surprising amount of one of the things that it says in the book, and one of the things that the trainer tells you is that when you start doing stuff, if they're conscious and able to talk, you have to say, "Oh, do you want help? Would you like me to help you?" As they're standing there with their arm bleeding, you know, just blood squirting off into the distance because they've just nicked an artery. You have to ask them if they want you to help as a trained first aider. It's weird. It's weird. But there we go. That's just the world we live in, I guess, isn't it? So the next one was lost on the northern slopes beneath the bridge in the shade of her beloved oak tree. It's weird. Oh, that's awesome, Beth. That's awesome. So that's you and Queen Chica have been streaming then. That's awesome. What did you stream? Oh, Red Dead 2. Awesome. How are you finding that? Did you start from the beginning or just to cut in wherever it was you were at the time? Hit the button 3 times. Hit the button once or any odd number of times. Don't hit the button 4 times because then you won't dislike it, but you won't be like it anymore. That's not good. There is one. I'm trying to point. You guys, you can't see. I'm pointing down here. There is one just next to that bridge, isn't there? I wonder how you get there. Oh, I think I see. Let's head up here. So how did it go, Beth? How did you find just sort of aimlessly talking at a screen? And how did you find, because Red Dead's quite a paced game really, so how did you find doing Red Dead in particular? It's quite chill, there's a fair bit of downtime, it's not all action, unless I suppose you could do all action, you could just do like a mean playthrough and just start killing everyone you see. It's doable. We are trying to do a nice playthrough on our game, me and the wife. That being said, I did, she doesn't know this, maybe, I don't know if she's watching yet, she's only just got home. I did shoot a civilian in the face today. Wasn't my intention, but it happened. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to get up here. Is it because I'm holding a lantern? No, it's because I'm in this stupid gear. That's what it is. So there should be... We don't know the name, do we? I'd like to read it before we do anything else. Oh, hello, mushroom. Oh, and another one. And another one. Over here, we're told not to give CPR or any other medical help unless certified because a surprising number of people were being saved because of the nature of the procedure busting a rib and stuff. Clean. And suing their saviour for malpractice, yeah. So over here we have, I don't know if this applies to anyone who's been first aid trained or if it applies to anyone, but there is there's what they call an implied consent. So if you are unconscious and unable to give consent, but you require medical attention, there is an implied consent. So someone cannot turn around afterwards and go, "You shouldn't have helped me, I didn't want help." There is this implied consent, which means that you have a duty of care to help someone, regardless of whether they want it or not, if they are unable to consent. But yeah, it is. It's a weird thing, isn't it? And obviously the nature of suing and everything come up, and you're cracking a rib and that sort of thing. But basically we were told if you crack a rib, you carry on. Saving someone's life is more important than breaking a rib or two. If someone wakes up with a couple of broken ribs, then they've woken up at least. If you puncture a lung, you're trying to save their life. At the end of the day, it's better to do something than nothing, is what we were told. But again, I'm not sure if that applies specifically to first aid trained people. If you weren't trained in CPR and you tried to give CPR, and you did the compressions wrong, and maybe you're pushing on their stomach or something and didn't help. But yeah, then the thing is, again, if they survive but they have other injuries, they survive. If they don't survive, they were dying anyway. What difference does it make? So it's a weird one, but yeah, unfortunately that's the world we live in. Just started where I was Starting where you were as you played a little before stream. I found it quite fun. Yeah, I do enjoy it. People come into chat, getting into chat is fine. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, once you get into it, I remember one of the first, like, because I started off obviously doing recorded videos. So the first recorded videos I did, I was just a gibbering mess. Not all that different to today. Thank you, Indy, for pointing that out. I'm just assuming. You know, I'm going to jump the gun a bit. H fell in sight of Valia's plane in the light of the setting sun. So somewhere on the west coast. So probably that one on the far left over there. Let's go over there, shall we? If you get certified and registered in CPR, you get immunity to being sued for saving their life. Yes, I assume that's what it's like here. But as I say, if someone's not breathing anyway, I assume even as a non-trained person, it's better to do it than not do it. But one of those horrible decisions you have to make, do you save someone's life or do you risk getting sued for doing it wrong? It's a terrible point, this thing. I thought I might have, Indy. Thought I might have. The two sisters fought and died, wend first beneath the arches and someone just below her. Someone else went alone, the last before the clarion's call. So that's 3 more. There is only one obelisk here, I believe, isn't there? Or is that one up there on the far right? I'm glad you enjoyed it, Beth. Glad you enjoyed it. It's something you're going to do a bit more of then? Become a regular thing? Because that's what they say with streaming and videos. If you want to maintain an audience, you need to be consistent. Don't have to do a lot. Do it once a week, do it once a month, but do it consistently. Same time, same days, all those sort of things. I'm going to have to go up to the top again and check if that's one over there, aren't I? It looks like it could be one, but it hasn't got the little... Not all of them have got crosses in, I guess, but... No, they all do have crosses in, apart from Dulane's partner. That does look like a cross over there. Okay, let's check what this one over here is called. Where is it? Down here somewhere? Yes. Silderat. Okay. So I'm guessing Silderat might be the last one. So it looks like these two should be close together. So let's head our way back to the top. Yeah. Pointing to the map. I mean, it helps me. It helps focus my attention. It's not my fault you can't see my hands where I'm pointing. I think getting another camera behind me so you can see the screen and where I'm pointing is probably a bit excessive. So, you know. We'll just have to learn to put up with it. Where? Oh, up there, I see. Gonna try to do it more. That's awesome, Beth. That's awesome. What is your... Or you may not want to say, but what is your Twitch name? Maybe we can come and join you next time you do it. Gone too far. Gone too far. I'm going to come out and it's sort of over here somewhere. You're over here to the right. If I give CPR and they receive a common CPR related injury, they could sue me for thousands just for saving life. See, that's mental. If someone needs CPR, like I say, it doesn't matter, or it shouldn't matter, if they receive a secondary injury, they've still had their life saved, which is the most important thing. You would have thought. You would have thought. What do I know, though, eh? What do I know? Wen died first beneath the arches and someone just below her. So this is the one just... No, this is Wen first and her sister below her. So this is the sister. So where is Wen? Can't see Jack. It's there. That's Theo. That's confusing. Last couple of days, me streaming at 7 till 9. So it's a multi-day thing. This isn't just a one-off. This is dedication. And Pizza Beth. I'll make a note of that because I'll definitely forget. I'll add you on Twitch. And if I see you streaming, I will definitely pop along and say hello. Pizza Beth. Hopefully I'll remember why I wrote that down. I won't think, oh, I'm ordering a very weird pizza apparently. What if they're shouting for, if they're shouting for help? I guess again there's an applied... Ah, someone, sister to Theol. Didn't read it very well. Distracted. Right, so this is what I need to do next. Yeah, I guess if they're shouting for help, there's an implied consent. I'd imagine if I'd asked the trainer that, they would say, even if they're shouting for help, still say, I'm a first aider, would you like me to help you? But I suppose if they are shouting for help, they are requesting attention, so the implication would be that you get in there and help them, because they are asking for help. Let me light it, let me light it. Stupid things. That's happened so many times. They tell us in class not to do it unless you're certified, because that's the only way you can protect yourself from that. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it did come up a little bit. It is a shame. It's a bit of a silly thing, isn't it? But it's this kind of Sioux culture. But I'm pretty sure that, did the trainer, I think the trainer said no one has been successfully sued against for performing CPR against someone who would otherwise have died. Obviously that only relates to Britain. But I'm sure he did say that. So if someone breaks their arm and you are not trained in any way and you go, oh, your arm is a bit bent, mate, I'll bend it back into shape for you. I've seen them do it on TV in the cowboy movies. That's probably where you're more likely to get sued, because you don't know what you're doing. You've in fact gone in there. Someone hasn't asked for your help and you've just gone, oh, I'll do that for you. You know, and some people don't. They're in pain, they're not thinking right, they may not think, that sounds like a stupid idea. They just go, oh, that sounds sensible. So, yeah. Also tell us, outside of a hospital or trained paramedic, CPR works less than 10% of the time. Yeah, CPR is just a stopgap. That's one of the things they said. It's not like in the movies where you see people giving CPR and then after 30 seconds they'll suddenly cough themselves back awake. You're not giving CPR to wake them up, to revive them. You're giving CPR to keep them alive until paramedics arrive. That's basically what you're doing. You find yourself holding a curious lantern burning with a bluish flame. When you look again, the ghost is gone. Have I got a permanent lantern? I think I do. Well, that's quite handy. Okay. So yeah, so CPR isn't really it's not something that will improve the situation. It will just stabilize them, hopefully, and keep them alive till paramedics arrive on the scene. All you're really doing is you're keeping oxygen pumping around the body to keep the organs alive. That's all you're really doing as a CPR. The only sort of real exception to that, I guess, is if it's a drowning patient and then you're trying to restart the lungs because they've obviously filled up and stuff, which is probably a little bit different. But yes, it's also why if they're drowning, you give additional breaths before beginning CPR. There we go. So yes, that's also why they do... Try talking to Commander. I could do a sleeping. Commander and Silas and Frog. Commander, Silas, Frog. That's why... I don't know if it's the same in America. You can let me know though, Brent, maybe. Over here in the UK, there is a big push to get these AEDs, these defibrillator machines, everywhere. You're seeing them more often now in like old phone boxes. They'll have defib machines all around where I work. Obviously, they're starting to have them on walls. Any large, there's no legal requirement, but pretty much any large organisation will have AEDs or these defibrillator machines around. And what they are, those are like the little shock things. You know, people shock people who are suffering a little bit. That's what the AED does. But it's something that anyone can use. And they change, if someone's having... Oh, I forgot it's in the Ranger outfit. If someone's having a cardiac problem, not a stopped heart, it doesn't actually cure a stopped heart. That's not what the paddles are for. It doesn't do it if it's an irregular heartbeat. If you've had some sort of cardiac arrest and your heart is beating irregularly and it will soon stop and you will die, the AED machine will increase the survival rate from 7% to 70-something%. which is huge. So CPR, if you give someone CPR and they've got that sort of problem, 7% chance of them surviving. You've got an AED machine and you do CPR, 74%. It's insane. Oh. Suppose I need to go to the cells, don't I? Let's just go to the cells. Let's be done with it. Then we can go see Carol. I don't imagine it's intentional at all because this came out quite a while ago. That's a slightly familiar song. It sounds a little bit like the All Live Together song from Warframe from the upcoming open world expansion. Weird. Weird. Hey Silas, lucky you're there. What you doing in my cell? Excuse me. Not super prevalent, but they're around. Yeah, that's sort of like what it's like here at the moment. There's not many of them around. But they are trying to put them everywhere they can. The price has gone down by about 400%, something like that. In the last 5-6 years. So they've gone from being thousands of pounds to being about £1,500 for a cheaper machine. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So yes, it is a big thing. And it's one of those things that because people think, oh, that's a medical device, I shouldn't use that as a member of the public. That's not the case. For anyone around who does come across a situation where they think that might be useful, they are very easy. You turn it on. There are voice instructions which tell you exactly what to do and pretty little pictures which show you where to put stuff. So really easy. Yeah, obviously it's, you know, the inverse. I couldn't think what the inverse of it would be offhand. But you get the idea. They've gone from like being 5,000 to 1,000. Yeah. So the other way around, it would be 400-500%. But you know. So yeah, so they are very easy to use. So it's one of the things that he said is like if you do talk to someone and they mention them, or you talk about your course or whatever, make sure people know that they are. Very simple to use, very user friendly, and you can't go wrong. You put them. Yes, I know that now. I've already figured out. Thanks, Bram. You put the pads on, and then the machine analyzes and decides if it needs to be shocked. If they don't need to be shocked, the machine doesn't shock them. So you literally can't do it wrong. It's absolutely fine. Well, we've got a problem here for Silas, haven't we? Well, there's the cell key. Ah, yeah, I thought you were going to say that. Wasn't the first time. 2 mice without proper papers and a sick pup. Oh, remind me of my sick pup. It was your fault, was it? It was your fault. Oh, so you tried. You tried. That's good. That's fine. Oh, I needed that. Put him in the stockade for deserting his post. That's crazy. He was demoted. Wow. Ah, he was soused. Sleeping off in the guest house. No worries, Beth. I'll see you momentarily. Where are we going to go with this? It's alright. It's alright. Oh, I can't say it. Okay. But I need to give you back your spyglass. I can't. I need to give you back your... I have a quest to give you back your spyglass. Please take back your spyglass. Return spyglass to Fatale. Both, actually. We had a number of machines. We had 2 tiny training ones, which weren't, you know, they're just for training. But we had 2 still training ones, but actual replica models. One was American, one was British. So, depends where you buy it from, I guess. Doesn't really matter whether it's American or British, as long as you can understand it. You can also get multilingual ones. So if you have like a farm which has a large number of migrant workers, and like, you know, 80% of your workforce speaks Polish, you can get a bilingual one which speaks Polish and English. Interesting. I would love to do that, but I can't. That's a little annoying. We should probably get changed, shouldn't we? There we go. Just gonna see if this does work as a lantern. Oh, it does. Doesn't complain about it being dark. It's not as good as a standard lantern, but obviously it lasts a lot longer. Hell of a lot longer. Hey, Carol. Okay. Pop that away, shall we? Did I hear that racket? I'm not sure I did. Ha! No, there is whistling. There is whistling. Yeah, won't be bothering you again. Sorted that right out, mate. See why they did that? That's quite clever. Actually make you go and find Silas in the cell. That's nice. It's no strangling, but I'll take what I can get. Yes, Periclave. That blood oath didn't last long, did I? It's similar to that, Brent. Similar. Doesn't use the word bugger though. It's a bit more polite than that. The lake which was attacked for no reason, which we'd robbed a few weeks earlier. The flagship of the Red Paul's fleet. You robbed the flagship of the Red Paul's fleet? Took heavy damage, but the lake was too afraid of the captain to dare sink us. I don't think that's the lake's problem. And the Cloak of Periclave. Yes. Permanent fog. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, okay. Because it shrouds the island, I see. Easy prey for the serpent. The whip with mother's tail. What? Oh, okay. Just the currents. Don't need to look at the lake, that's fine. Well, the serpent. Poof, get caught and you'll be crushed, mate. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Found a hidden current that took us away deeper into the grey of the cloak. And then we saw a black tower rising from the lake like a spear piercing its heart. Tell me about this. Subject of a myriad of epic poems and songs. Okay. Only horror we found. Such horror. No, that's not all you've got to say. Tell me about the horror frog. Give me more. I mean, of all the information, give me that information. I'll find my own way there. See where this is going, don't you? We need yet another outfit, don't we? How are we doing in terms of the pirate outfit? 1, 2, 3. Not great is the answer, not great. Need a couple more bits there, don't we? How many parts are there to the pirate's outfit? A baldric with a silver buckle and a silk sash and belt. Okay, well I guess we'll be looking that up. Might try and talk to the commander first, and then let's change, rather than wearing half a pirate outfit. And then we'll look up where those bits are. If we've not come across them naturally, we're not probably going to. So rather than spending several hours searching around the entire game for these couple of bits, we'll cheat a little bit. Just a little, just a tiny bit. Just as a time saver. Saw a video the other day of a suspect being belligerent and saying he had a weapon and was going to shoot everyone. So when he reached for his pocket and the cops hit him in the balls of the beanbag from a 40mm grenade launcher. I assumed for some reason that was going to be relevant to first aid, but I suppose he needed first aid after that. Jesus. I mean, it just makes me feel a little bit sore just thinking about it, that does. But thanks for sharing, Brent. It's nice to have a little story. As part of my training, I watched a video of a man who was on an Australian... Where have I just gone? Australian reality TV show called Bondi Beach. It looked terrible. About lifeguards, and... as they were doing a photo shoot, as you do. Anything to say, guys? As they were doing a photo shoot, some Japanese foreign student drowned, and they had to give CPR on him and stuff. So we watched it because you saw his oh, can't think what it's called. Certain type of breathing, which is like the class is like the death rattle breathing, where you're just kind of trying to gasp for air, but your chest isn't moving and your tongue's coming out, and it's all kind of horrible. When they start building gallows, it's time to go. So yeah, so we had to watch that, just so you could see what that situation is like, what they look like, and that was it's unpleasant, really unpleasant. The old chapel down on the shore. We will meet you there. Oh, they're gone. Just like that. That's the end of them. Okay. So we probably need to go sleep. Oh, and can we sleep in their cell now, actually? Excuse me, mate. Excuse me, mate. Out of the way. Thank you. No, you'd have thought you'd be able to, but oh, what a ridiculous suggestion of mine. Lesson of the day, when a cop says get down on the ground, don't start screaming you're going to shoot everyone and reach for your pocket like you got a gun. Yeah, that's 100% correct. British tourists apparently have a bit of a problem because in Britain, if you get stopped by the police when you as part of a traffic stop, you get out of your car and you go and talk to the policeman and say, "What's going on, mate? What's happened?" Obviously, in America, if you have been told to stop by the police, you stay in your car. If you get out of your car, that suggests that you're threatening the police officer, and you will possibly be shot if you continue moving forward. And yeah. So apparently British tourists have a bit of a problem if they go driving in America because they think if you get stopped, you get out of your car, and that's not how the police see it. Baldrick is in the jail. Ah, thanks, Indy. I'll go back there in a second. Sash and something. Sash and belt. Guards rec room. I didn't know there was a guards rec. It's bloody morning, isn't it? Bloody morning, isn't it? Alright, let's go back down. That's enough. You can survive that. Get out. Right, let's try talking to the commander. Mate. Come on now, mate. Belt is on the shore in some ruins. Cool, okay. I shall go looking for that momentarily. It's commander, mate. Thank you. Oh, the belt and sash are different things. Oh. I only know one place with a bed. Surely I would have checked that barrel. But, okay. The signal guard has been arrested, charged, and convicted with the jailer's murder. He's been to be hanged on the rise of the next blood moon. Let's start with that. Kith, Bodil, and Scarf. They were good men. Good men. Well, I tried. Now, you know. Well done indeed. Short in stature, but not in courage. That's how I describe myself. Distinction. Oh, the rank of sergeant. Nice. What evidence? Ah, well, okay. Anything else I can do for you? Play for you. Ah. It's always dangerous, isn't it? Always dangerous. We'll do the Rascals. We're early gig, I think. He won't like it, I suspect, but we'll give it a go. Oh, great choice. He did like it. Came in late, did I? Should get on. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly the one you mean. It's where I was looking for a bit previously, actually. With the last bit we were looking for. It's the room I was running around a lot at that point. So... just trying to think what the quickest way is going to be here. They're unfortunately at kind of opposite ends, aren't they? If we go to the shore first, because we need... I think where the shore is. We need to talk to Kerald as the Pirate King. So, we may as well go to the shore and get that bit. And then head back to... this way? Yeah, we can go this way, can't we? Down through the harbour. Yeah, we can. It's an odd way to go, but we started now. And then we'll head back to the jail, get the last piece, and then go to Kerald after that, won't we? That makes sense to me. That makes sense indeed. Oh, and here a proper cop will say, turn off the car and keep your hands on the steering wheel and come over to you. Excuse me. Which is fine, if you can hear them, I guess. The cop might just make an assumption that you know that. And it may be that if you stop just before the cop stops his car and you decide to get out, you know. It's one of those little things, that catches us out. Us foolish British people. I'm not entirely sure what the point of the Ranger's outfit is, you know. If you can't wear it without being sent to jail by every rat guard that comes across you, the only purpose it really serves is as a shortcut to go into jail. That's what it really does, isn't it? I'm going to talk to a rat, 'cause I just remembered that I'm a sergeant. I wonder if they treat me differently now. Oi. Maggot, come over here. My happy mate, Sergeant, yeah? Anything to report? I did. Oh. That's good. Thank you very much. You gonna move on by? Go on. Go on. Just a little, just... come on now. Thank you very much. I am now safe to change my outfit. Let's do that. Probably eat some food as well, I suppose. Eat some of these apples, I've got enough of them. Yeah, it doesn't give a huge amount of light, but it's better than nothing. It is a little distracting the way it flicks fire into the screen, but it is free. Free unlimited light. And it should be over here, if I'm not much mistaken. And I very rarely am. This looks about it. Yep, there's the gullworm. Oh, pressed the wrong button. There's the bed. There's the barrel. Now, you wouldn't have thought there'd be a chance I have not searched that barrel. But, colour me an idiot. Jesus. I don't think they waited very long at all, did they? I wonder if you'd have taken out that gullworm earlier. Gallworm? Gallworm. If they'd have stayed around for longer. Because I couldn't have come here much faster, really. What did I do? I talked to the commander and then I came here. A day didn't even pass. So they abandoned me, essentially. That's a bit mean of them, isn't it? A bit mean of them indeed. Oof, my shoulder. My shoulder. Just the buckle. Make sure there's nothing else we need to do. Can't return the spyglass to Silas. That apparently is broken. So, let's run and find a guard and get thrown in jail, shall we? Oh, no. Let's not. Where on earth? Over here? Over here. And then... it's a very confusing location. I think over here. Let's have a go at this. That looks better, doesn't it? Alright then. Now our stamina recover a bit. Yeah, I really cannot believe I never searched that barrel. Ludicrous. So that, no, next one. Last little stamina boost, and we should be able to get to the guard from here, who will then promptly throw us in jail. Very nice of him. Hello. Yep, hello. To the cells. Perfect. Thank you very much. Ah, the cupboard key. I know where that is now. Bloody Silas. But again, you would have thought I would have checked the drawer in the same room, but maybe not. It's not very far away, it's just around the corner here, if you recall. If you recall. So this is the room. This is the cupboard that we cannot open. We cannot search that chest. We'll be attacked by bees. Made that mistake before. Those barrels are empty. And this drawer is empty. This cupboard is empty. Huh. Was it perhaps table? Oh. I see. That's like a little bedside table to me, but I see what you mean. Yes, I have only recently discovered that he's even there, haven't I? Should have remembered that. Thank you, Indy. That's the pirate's outfit sorted. How am I doing for levels? You'd have thought. Got a few points. Oh, I've got a lot of renown. Look at that. Drowning in it. Excuse me, mate. So he wakes up when a little mouse scurries past. Doesn't wake up when a rat in full armor runs past, or does he? No. Ridiculous. Right, let's get dressed up as a pirate. I do look super cool. Hey, Carol! It's really me, you bug-eyed maggot. Something different about me? No. Always did look up to me. Ooh. Oh, I can look it up. Excellent, like when it does that. Something mermice. Mermice? Can't see it there. Not going to be a murder of crows, I don't think, is it? I'm suspecting the heaven in a bottle one. Yeah, mermice. There we go. Thought it might be. That's the one. That's the one. What is it you need? Just name it and it's yours. Let's talk about Periclave. I've seen him too. He's a sly one, but you are ready for him. The chest buried down on the bone shore, where the shadow of the crow's nest falls at 5. And even if you have, you still have the key. Ah, best I take that key off you, mate. Oh, he's getting all sad. Black eyes bleached by the emerald sun. Suspended on a gossamer thread of spittle. Thank you. Never meant to be found. Awesome. I'm not sure we can get there at 5 o'clock. Give me some money. Well, I should do it. Oh, go on, yeah. Tell me a tale. Came across a ghost ship adrift on the open lake. Deserted. Da, 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 da. Gathered up his sack and headed back. And the ship was gone. Ooh, pierced by hidden rocks. Oh, that's interesting. Good job. Good job, Frog Mate. I'm not used to running so fast. Blimey. Let's go, Pirate King. Let's not go, because that guy almost woke up. Let's go very slowly. Is it quicker to go through the sewers? No, you only really end up... Take the lift up, it only takes you to the barrel room, doesn't it? And that's not exactly all that far away. I'm not sure that's entirely worth it. Right. So how far, because I'm sure, Brent, I'm sure you said you were playing Red Dead last week, didn't you? So how far are you guys into Red Dead then? What chapter are you on? Go on. Go on. Thank you. We need to head to shore. Let's think. Let's think. Quickest way... Well, through the armory. We've kind of gone past the armory. So if we go... down to the watchtower lift and then go through the door to the right over here. Just started chapter 3. I don't... Oh, it does hurt. I don't think we're all that far off that. I think we're not far into chapter 3. I don't want to say anything in case other people haven't got that far, but yeah, I think we're around the same place. We spent a little bit of time doing the wrong way. Trying to get a lot of the challenges done and that sort of thing, all the hunting challenges and that. We also started hunting our first legendary creatures as well yesterday, so we've been doing some of that as well. Got a couple of those down. And how are you playing it, Beth? Are you going like as a good rogue of a cowboy? Bit rough and ready on the outside, but a good heart inside? Are you going a bit full outlaw and just holding people up wherever you can? I just remembered that I'm not a complete idiot, thank you, Indy. And Twitch exists on mobile, doesn't it? So I could probably, maybe a little bit slowly, but I reckon I could probably get following Beth sooner rather than later, couldn't I? Where are we going? Now, what was the clue? What did he say? Buried on the bone shore where the shadow of the crow's nest falls at 5. Well, the crow's nest part is easy enough, isn't it? I've gone all the way up there, haven't I? Crow's nest part is easy enough. There is a ship that is broken at the very end of the map. So we need to head over there. That's right at the end. Pizza. Oop. Oop. Chill. Pizza Beth. Still heading in the right direction? Maybe. Maybe. Just about. Just about. I'm assuming that's you. You're the only one called Pizza Beth. Nice unique name. That's good. You need a nice unique name. So when people Google it, it's only one hit, and that's you. Good job. Oh, I'm already I'm already following. Didn't realise. Already following you, Beth. Look at that. Just going to make sure by... Oh, I hit the following. Oh no, that's the people I am following. I don't think I am following. I think I lied. Go back. Oh my. I'm not a big fan of this app. I'm not following. Just there was a following button right underneath, which confused me, but actually takes me to my followers. So how do I... Oh, there we go. I sussed it. All this modern technology. Got there in the end, eh? So that's the crow's nest. Quite how we wait till 5 o'clock. That's quite a precise time, isn't it? Not really how... not really sure we're going to do that. Not really sure we're going to do that at all. So I can sleep in the church. What kind of times does that give you? It gives you a relatively accurate time, actually, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. We go there until about... If we sleep until about 4-ish. I reckon that'll do it, won't it? Right, let's get that out of the way. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, it's riding Pizza, my horse. Of course it's called Pizza. That's a perfectly sensible name. Suddenly a dog ran in front. I trampled the dog and felt so bad and sad I restarted from the last checkpoint to save it. That does give me a pretty good idea of the kind of person you're going for there, yeah. I think I might have run a dog over once, but I don't think I killed it. I think it was okay. It got up and run off, so that's fine. I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't really enjoy Red Dead 2 to start with. I thought the controls were a little bit unintuitive and definitely a bit awkward. And it took me a couple of hours to really get into it. I didn't dislike it enough that I didn't want to play. But it took me a while to find my rhythm. Now we've been playing it a little bit. Well into it. Well into it at this stage. I did one of those little side things where you save someone from a snake bite and then you meet them outside a shop and they buy you whatever you want. Give you whatever you want for free. Oh, I bought a sweet outfit. Like a with like a check jacket and a check waistcoat, and I look so pimping. Oh. Braided my horse's hair and the tail, the mane and the tail. Gave it a nice sort of... ooh, like a very pale pinkish sort of colour. Looked bitchin'. Wife was not amused. I'm also in the process of growing out as big a mustache as possible, but then she trimmed the mustache when I wasn't looking. She's supposed to be watching, so if you're watching, I'll never forgive you. I'm struggling a little bit to figure out where the crow's nest is. It's got to be this bit, right? Oh, it just keeps going. I know we're a little early, but I didn't want to... if I wait until 5, we're going to be in trouble, aren't we? And then there's no way of knowing what the time is there? Ah, 4:33 PM. There is a way of knowing what the time is. That's perfect. Now, there's a shadow back there. That's got to be the crow's nest still, right? 4:41. We'll wait it out. We will wait it out. Oh, is that the crow's nest? It is so hard to tell. So hard to tell, and I'm getting concerned now. It's almost 5 o'clock. Getting a little concerned I'm not going to figure it out in time. And that looks like that's where the sun is, doesn't it? Ooh. Don't make me go and sleep for 5 hours. Don't make me go and sleep for 5 hours. $12 even. But it's going to make me sleep for 12 hours. Oh, damn it. Oh, I just couldn't figure out where the shadow was supposed to be. It's been a little late in the day now, isn't it? Where the shadow of the crow's nest falls at 5. Very, very hard to tell. That's the answer to that. Very hard to tell where that is. Okay. Gonna go stream soon. Wonderful. It's wonderful to see you too, Beth. Love you too, obviously. Love all my fans equally. Don't worry, there's no favoritism. What is that? Is that the steering wheel? Steering wheel. That's the wrong term. Have fun with your stream. Have fun with Red Dead as well. Hope you enjoy it. And I will try and catch your stream. I'm assuming you're doing it every night, so I'll try and catch it tomorrow if I'm around. Don't think I've got anything on tomorrow, apart from probably, well, I'll be doing a lot of recording tomorrow. Imagine that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, we're going to have to go sleep. That's what we're going to have to do. What a pain. What a pain. Okay. This is an easy way to do it. We'll give it one more go and then we'll concede defeat. And you know what's happening then? Then we're going to go on Google. Get Daddy Google to tell us. Yeah, I just think it meant 5 in the morning, but it can't because then the shadow would be way away from land. So it must mean 5 in the evening. Confident about that. See you, Beth. Have fun. Thanks for popping along. Wonderful to see you. I'll hopefully speak to you soon on your very own stream. Oh, too far. A little bit past 4. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That's how we're doing time-wise. Do not check the time when you are near a goreworm. That's a lesson we just learned there, isn't it? Let's sneak past him then. Mr. Angry over there, blimey. Alright, run over to the bone shore. See, that wasn't even my fault, Indy. That wasn't even my fault. There's no way I could have suspected that bringing out a map would kick off the goreworm. No, that's too far away, right? That's too far away. Look how short my shadow is. That's not going to work. To wait for my stamina to creep up a little bit, moving slowly. Ooh, okay, Indy. That could be interesting. I'll be up for that, I reckon. May only have an hour, maybe 2 hours spare to do it. As I said, I'm out on Friday, out on Saturday. So tomorrow I'm going to have to record probably at least 3 videos, including Payday 2, hopefully. So yeah, be well up for giving that a go if Andy's around. We'll ask him when he pops on, if he pops on later. I was going to check the time, that's what I went in there for. 4:36. I need to figure out... That is the crow's nest, right? I mean, it's not over there, is it? I don't think so. That's it there, isn't it? That's definitely it, right? That's definitely it. This circle here is definitely it. I'm in the crow's nest now. Yeah? I reckon so. I reckon so. Okay. Yeah, Payday 2 is an awkward game to get the hang of. I played it in pancake mode with a few friends, and it took us a few rounds to really get our heads into it. And in fact, took us watching other videos to really get our heads into it, because no idea. It's such a sort of weird way of doing the game, I thought. And also, so right up here, it kind of gives you the idea that stealth is a viable option at the beginning of the game, and it's very much apparent once you played a few levels. Stealth is not really a viable option at all. Right, I'm sure it's there, but I'm buggered if I can see anything. Do I have to have it? I have a spade, do I? So there's nothing I have to have out to do it. Unless that's not the crow's nest. That's the other thing. Maybe that isn't the crow's nest. I'm pretty sure that's the right shadow. So it's somewhere in line. Somewhere in line with this tree. And the mast. Need a mod to make it more enjoyable as the default VR controls are garbage. Not entirely surprised by that. A mod called VR Plus and a hook named Super BLT. Okay, I'll give that a go. Let me make a note of that, so I'll hopefully be set up ready to go tomorrow. Oh, my arm. Oh, Indy. Indy, you clever person. Am I now too late to do that? That's the question. I might well be, mightn't I? I wonder if it'd only appear at 5 o'clock. Yeah, maybe. Okay, one more time. Let's just make a note of this first. So I don't have to worry about Pizza Beth anymore. We can cross that out. And that's... Oh, there we go. Fresh page. Hey, Ben, how's it going? How the devil are you, Ben? How's your week been? How are you? How are you, Ben? Payday 2. Super BLT and VR Plus mods. Cool. I shall try and look into that beforehand. Oh, I've got no idea, Indeed, no idea. It's been... My shoulder's been kind of aching a little bit for like a week or so now. For the last few days, and I don't think I've had to drive a bit further to and from the training, and that hasn't helped with the steering wheel. And I've also had to obviously do a lot of chest compressions, and I don't think that's helped. But my I've got the front of my shoulder there. It's okay if I don't move it, but as soon as I sort of get it to that position or try and lift stuff up, it gets quite painful. I don't think there's much I can do about it. Nothing's broken, so it's just a case of... I tried to stretch it out to start with. I thought maybe it's just because I slept on it funny, so you stretch it out and try and loosen the muscles up, but that didn't help, so I'm now trying to not use it very much, but that's quite awkward being a right-handed person. But there we go. Got your braces out. Congrats, Ben. That all sorted now? Do you need any more, or are you done and dusted with it? And a pretty stressy. Had a test today and another one tomorrow. Ooh, how did today's go, first of all? We'll get on to tomorrow's in a minute. How did today's test go? All done. Excellent. That's good news. Congratulations indeed. Ha ha ha. Sucks to be you, idiot. Oh, you come out again? Come out for another look, did you? Yeah. You best run, mate. You best run. Right, let's go over there again. I'm assuming a 4 is bad. I don't. Is it like a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of scale? Is it? Afraid I don't know much about Austrian grades. Right then. Here we are, back again. Still assuming that's the crow's nest. No, I still think I'm comfortable with that. Comfortable with that assumption. So, half 4. Is it that bit? It's not quite as obvious this time, is it, for some reason? Why am I struggling a bit more? What's going on here? Well, that is the end of the sail, isn't it? We just stand around and use them red mist a lot. Yes. Well, at least you're not going to get a 5, I guess. That's something, you know. Silver linings and all that. How are we doing? 446. A bit more to the side than I thought it was last time. Or is there now a circular one there as well? Yes, there is. Very confused by that. How are we doing? 453. Nothing down there. 457. 459. Nope. Okay. Fine. Thank you, game. The way to Periclave. Let's have a quick look at this. Destiny 2 is free to grab. I did vaguely see that. I vaguely saw it mainly because there was a post on the Warframe subreddit saying that on one of the announcement pages for the Destiny 2 going free, Warframe put an advert on the page. Which was quite hilarious. Ghost of a Tale, way to Periclave. Periclave. Oh my word. Chest. Yes, because if you don't know, if you're not into Warframe, Warframe has a big update coming out this week. It's supposed to be out. That doesn't help me. Thank you very much anyway. Tell me about the chest in the pile of bones thing. In the pile of bones? No, I don't know about you, but I don't recall ever seeing a pile of bones. There is a skeleton. Is that a pile of bones? No red mist thing coming up on it. Now, obviously, Destiny 2 didn't have a brilliant reception at launch. Has anyone tried it since then? Has it got much better? I didn't even play Destiny 1, so I'm probably not in a great place to give much of an opinion on it. Pile of bones. That's the Brissants. We can't get to Periclave until we get the charts in this chest, so I assume it's around here somewhere. Okay. Oh, they did indeed announce a Diablo. Oh, I think I just messed with the resolution. It doesn't like Alt-Tab in this game. Show me my browser. Show me my browser without the game being in front of it. Oh, might have broken the game, everyone. That's something to look forward to in a minute. Might have broken the game. Alt-Tab. Okay. I'm going to close the game, because that is broken. No worries, Indy. No worries. I'm sure you'll pop up at some opportune moment, ready to mock me at a moment's notice. Yes, they announced Diablo 4 mobile. I haven't actually watched the gameplay trailer for the Diablo Immortal mobile game. I can't even close the game now. It's completely buggered up. Let's go and do it through Task Manager. Just do it the hardcore way. Where are we? Ghost of it. Goat. There it is. Yes, but the idea of a Diablo game itself isn't necessarily a bad idea. I have no particular issue with that. People were generally mad because they were like, oh, I announced Diablo 4. And they said, well, probably not, but there'll be something at this BlizzCon. And obviously, that ended up being this. And people, I think, were still expecting Diablo 4 over this. One of the things that I read which really... Let's just get the game loaded up. That really... Oh, no, that's just... Well, I might have broken the game, but it's just crashed again. Really wound me up. There was an interview with one of the lead developers at Blizzard And he talked about how... I might actually have broken the game. He talked about how all of their key developers, all of their lead developers, oh, there we go, has been moved to the mobile division, which is a horrible, horrible idea. If you're a Diablo fan, you probably don't want your key Diablo developers that you look forward to working on Diablo 4 working on a mobile game. The other thing that someone said was that it's being developed for players of all ages. It'll be very accessible. That's not exactly what people who play Diablo want, I guess. It's meant to be quite a dark story, a bit of a dark lore behind it. I don't have much issue with it making accessible to all ages, and unless it goes sort of very young children, and then, you know, are they going to dumb it down a bit? I do feel like they dumbed down Diablo 3 to make it accessible to console. Not dumbed down, maybe necessarily. That's a bit of the wrong word, but they simplified the controls a little bit, did they? So it matched the face buttons, which I wasn't entirely keen on to start with. It's got a little bit better. I got a bit more used to it as I've played it, and I did enjoy playing it on console. So, you know, can't complain too much. But yes. And I think more than anything, it's Blizzard's reaction to it, isn't it? They, on stage, he said, well, you've all got phones, haven't you? Yeah, it doesn't mean I want to play my favourite game on phone. They also said that the reason they started developing in the first place was because... Oh, hang on, he's just taking... I'm watching someone's video now because I can't do it. He's just playing around with the explosives. Has he found something? Over that side, you reckon? Yeah, they sort of said, well, we spent, as developers, most of our time playing on mobiles rather than playing on PC. So we thought the best thing to do is to develop for mobile. So yeah, so that's not great when there exist an audiences on PC, and... I did see that thread as well. That's great. Yeah, it's a similar reaction to what people said when they moved it to consoles or announced it's going to be on consoles. So I guess probably not entirely unexpected from Blizzard's point of view. From everyone else's point of view, Blizzard was sort of seen as a bit of an actual stronghold in terms of gaming not being dumbed down too much and stuff, but this guy's really struggling as well. Be pleased to know. So yeah, but on the other hand, it's not Blizzard anymore. It's not the Blizzard who made World of Warcraft even, let alone Warcraft 2 or anything like that, or Diablo 2. It's not the same company. They are Activision Blizzard. Do people think of Activision as a sensible, well-rounded company that they would like to see really getting invested in stuff? No, Activision is seen as a horrible, horrible company who will monetize everything just for the hell of it to make more money. And we saw it even with Diablo 3. I'm sure you remember the launch of Diablo 3 when that first came out on PC. There was uproar. The whole auction house thing, the real money auction house, was horrible. It changed the entire drop rate in the game to make you go and sell stuff for real money so you could buy stuff with real money. It was a horrible, horrible system that was designed to make you throw money at Blizzard rather than play the game. And they eventually changed it, but it doesn't mean that it's still there to start with, you know? That's how they started that off. So, yeah. Don't forget who you know, Blizzard are, I guess. This guy's been going for about 12 minutes now, and he is still struggling. Oh. Oh. Okay. Right. Yep, I didn't quite hold down the crouch button to start with, so I got a bit of a nasty nip. That's my own fault. I'll live with that. Let's eat some apples. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't mind the idea of Diablo on a phone. You know, I've got a phone. I'd give it a go. I'd see what it's like. But what I'd like a lot more is Diablo 4. I don't really play games on my phone anymore. I haven't really for a long... The last game I properly played on my phone was Final Fantasy VII on a PlayStation emulator. So it wasn't even a mobile game. And at the end of the day, they're doing it to make money. It'll be chock full of all kinds of premium currency options, which nobody wants. But will make them undoubtedly fistfuls of money. So, what are you going to do, you know? If it comes out and nobody plays it and nobody spends any money on their ridiculous currency, then they'll stop it. They'll learn from their mistakes. But if it comes out and they make millions and millions and millions on it, then they've made the right decision, really, haven't they? Right, so I was expecting a dig option to pop up, or it to be like the red mist would show you like where it was. That is not the case, apparently. Excuse me, you'll have to forgive me, I still have a little bit of this cough going on. Haven't quite managed to get rid of it. Go on, target it. Oh. There we go. Rezia, where did you come from? In a bit of a hole, lovely. Well, you did startle me. Why is that? Troubled conscious? Move away from the chest? No. No. Pulls a knife from her apron and wipes the blade across her sleeve. It may as well go ominously after that. So I can keep my knife clean. She is a creepy, creepy mouse. Look at that. You and Faustus? No. Didn't think it was, but you know, I thought I'd give it a go. Volker the Jailer. He is no longer your partner. The treasure is yours, I just need the charts. Can I make a copy? Ah, it would make a fine tale. If you know why I need it as well, don't be mean. Yours ends here in this hole. I did give your name to the commander. Did you kill the jailer? Stealing from the condemned, looting from the catacombs, and gambling. How did you know of the treasure? Oh, we're talking asleep. Stupid frog. They say the treasure's why she wrecked. How so? Running too heavy or keel too deep. And this is it. That must be a very heavy chest. Said you're a good mouse. There's that language again. Oh, your teacher went to BlizzCon. I didn't see that, Ben. Sorry, I saw the April Fool bit. I didn't see it. Your teacher went. That's quite cool. That's quite cool, isn't it? Did they bring you back lots of goodies for every single child? Seems probably not, but yeah. Who knows? Takes an emerald. Will make your old Uma very, very... Oh. She screams, her eyes sinking into their orbits as fur and flesh unravel from crumbling bone. In an instant, Uma Rezia is gone. To an awful dirge, more felt than hard, the crystal begins to pulse with a sickly green light, and then... Oh. I kind of need those chests. I can't run. Good mouse, my lady, the dead have risen. The green flame has awakened. Oh, of course that's what it is. How did I not click that? What must I do? Once the emerald fire has been lit, it cannot easily be extinguished. Oh, that stupid Uma. Alone you can do nothing. Muster your comrades and trust it is not too late. Only the living can help you now. Okay, run away, little mouse, run away. So not going to come through here, I'm guessing. And I can't... No, my stamina goes straight... No, there's no way of me getting those charts, is there? Okay. Muster the living, she says. Well, I guess to Silas first? Or just to everyone? Just to everyone. Not to Gusto and Fatale. Oh my god. Flames everywhere. Of course, because the dead people are all over the place, aren't they? What to think now, how am I going to get out of here? How am I going to get out of here? This is rather terrible news, isn't it? Oh, and everything's gone nice and quiet and peaceful again. And I'm sure it will stay this way. Let's get a move on. We're going to have to get past this dude before he wakes up. There we go. Well, I guess the shore's pretty much off limits now, isn't it? So how did the frog and his buddies take the emerald and put it in a chest without awakening the green flame? Is it only a mouse that can awaken the green flame, perhaps? Perhaps. Get my comrades, it says. Who have I really got? Faustus. Everyone that's named. Faustus, Gusto, and Fatale. Magpie? Maybe. The green flame has returned. Ah, go on with you. Okay. Obviously the rat guard may not be entirely helpful in this situation. Oi, mate. Yeah, so let's just assume the rat guard will not help us in any way. I'm also assuming that the crab will also not help us. What about the mice on the ship? Is the ship still there? I don't think it is it? We'll have a look. Nope, that's gone. Okay, so they're not an option. The raven's a good one. I suppose it doesn't give us a list, does it? Just recruit help. No, not the raven, the magpie. There we go. So if I do a magpie impression, that'll spark off in my mind what it is I'm after. Right then. Let's... Oh, the pain. Let's open up my lovely bottle of man juice. Move my paperwork out of... Oh, sorry, hit the mic stand. Move my paperwork out of the way. I'm getting a bit more used to the new mic's position now. It's still a little different to what I'm used to. Keyboard things are worse because it's actually not all that high off my keyboard, so it makes it a little bit more awkward to get my hands underneath. Right, let's put on some stuff that isn't heavy and slow. Oh, and then, yeah, we're never going the right way. Let's get out a light. Is this the way I just came? Pretty sure it is. Excuse me. At least the green light doesn't affect those bodies down here. Didn't really think of it when I headed down to the catacombs, but it could quite easily have affected those as well, couldn't it? Now I think I've taken the slightly longer route again, but I am terrible at finding that secret entrance to get the other way. So we shall do this and assume I'm not going to plunge to my death. Well, I didn't. Good job, me. Go a little bit slower to let my stamina charge up. Right, smash in. Get in here. Look for the ladder. Where's the ladder? I hope the raven's still there. Raven. Magpie. Why do I keep calling it a raven? It is not, is it? And there's no speech mark down here for it either. And Dune Lane isn't going to help us much because she has already talked to us about this subject. So I don't think that's going to do much. So there's nothing in the catacombs to help us. So who can we talk to then apart from Silas? The commander? The gambler? He's got a name, hasn't he? Faustus in the sewers. That's all that's really springing to mind. What other... Oops. What other quests have I done? Or more importantly, who have I done them for? Not the cook, obviously. She's out of our... out of the equation. Now that she is burnt to death. Hey George, how's it going? How the devil are you? How on earth? That was stupid. It's your fault, George. There we go. Don't think I got that lost last time, but there we go. Right, up we go. I am all good, thank you, George. I am all good. I spent the last 3 days becoming a fully qualified first aider. I really need to drink that with my other arm. That was quite painful. Ah, we're about to run into people. So let's get ourselves into the right gear. Get rid of the light. Excuse me, mate. Oh, the yeah, the blacksmith, the smithy. Is that Silas? You've condemned a noble rat to hang. Or I bring dire news. Oh, I'll start with that. Would you want this on your conscience? I mean to, but there is a much more urgent matter. Don't call me Tilo, Silas. That's the name of the prisoner. What's wrong with him? Thought he had a bit of sense about him, you know. The dead have risen. Are you soused? I am not, sir. I do not drink. Again, Silas, you've called me a mouse. Don't say I'm a mouse. God damn it, Silas. What is wrong with you? I apologise for the deception. Yeah. I'd never lie. Ooh. I didn't lie about it. I didn't tell him I liked it. I just said it was interesting. I've done my best to help each and every one of you. I did do that. I did steal his handkerchief. I think some of you are friends now. Who the hell is Pakov? I've got no idea who he is. I meant no harm. I definitely did that. I definitely did that. Everything's in great danger. Pakov, keep up. The two guards lay unconscious on the courtyard floor. Over them, Hammer Ray, stands the blacksmith Rollo. You damned fool, Mouse, what have you done? Take a seat there or you'll get the same. Yes. I was searching for charts. Your charts! Silence. What? What? Ah, no, other arm. Other arm. Oh, so that it did. Okay, that's fine. It collapsed before reaching the caves. I definitely watched that happen. Stop them how, Rollo? By smashing those damned crystals. There are a lot of them. You're sure that will work? Hit those rocks so hard the bristles in her hold went up. Interesting. Blew a hole clean through her hull and split those emerald stones. The wreck saved us. So what have you been up to then, George? Playing Red Dead like everyone else? Oh, Commander. I thought you'd be a bit better than that. I gave him fair warning. You did indeed. Meet me on the Bone Shore, Mouse, by the wreck of the Lake Witch. That's quite far. That's a lot of things to get past, and be ready for a fight. Go, I'll be with you soon. Good speed, Silas. By the way, here's your spyglass. If you could complete this quest for me now. Okay. Just trying to think. Bone Shore. Where am I going to get to that? If we go through, yeah, go through the armory way. That'll be the fewest rats around. In case they are all up to speed with my deception and shenanigans, is how I'm going to refer to it. Right, let me just... how the hell... There we go. Excuse me, mate. Things to do, people to see. Walking Dead to destroy, you know how it is. Alright, let's get ourselves out of this gear then. Can't see any of the emerald flame around. We have come a different route, haven't we? That's why we're not actually on the shore yet. Okay. Ah, too expensive. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. We pre-ordered it and then Amazon delivered it a day late and I was very unhappy. I wasn't even here. This when I was on my caravan trip, wasn't it? But I was still annoyed. If you pre-order something, you know, you expect it to be there the day the game's out. Otherwise, what's the point of pre-ordering? There's no point in pre-ordering if you're not going to get it the day it's actually out. Right, so we're still going, still going. I do need to find a charging cable momentarily. Let me just see if I can find one. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Right. Oh my god, my shoulder is so messed up right now. Oh, that was unpleasant. Right, let me just plug this in and we'll get on the move. And I'll drop my phone down, probably quite loudly, so it'll be quite frustrating for all of you listening at home. Sorry about that. Right then. Nope, done it again. Not that way. Couldn't find that place for ages, and now I can't stop going there. Played through The Last of Us and finished it. Ah, what? Not many people on. But I am going to ask George what he thought of the ending to Last of Us. So, if you've not played it, you may want to mute the stream or leave for a couple of moments. Fair warning, I think that's about enough time. Hey, George. What did you think of the ending of Last of Us? I'm trying to keep away from all the green flame. Obviously not done a good job, because there is some now. Draining my stamina as we go. I want to put my lantern away, but not sure I'm going to get a chance to do that, because that takes time. Time I do not have. Oh, I was going to give myself a chance to recharge my stamina, but then he appeared there, didn't he? Oh dear. That came out of nowhere, didn't it? Something tells you that once you go through here, there's no way back. I think I'm okay with that. I mean, mushrooms and mushrooms, thief stuff, roses, scrap. It's nothing too major, is it? I think I'm okay with moving on. Let's get rid of my lantern while I can. Definitely no way back. Hurry, mouse! The bristles. Take it to the chest. We have to shatter that crystal. Okie dokie. We are fun then. Lots of skeletons around, isn't there? Yeah, if I'm not missed, oh, I've missed the bristles, haven't I? Oh, I've got a time limit. Oh my god, I did not realise. Nope. Where's the sodden bristles? I don't know any stuff. I thought it was like just, wasn't it just here? Have I gone mad? Where the hell's it gone? Where the hell's it gone? It was good. I was expecting along those lines because the job's attitude and everything was going too well. Yeah, everything was obviously going too well. It was always going to go slightly wrong. I did. Oh, it's all over the place. That's where it is. I actually really enjoyed the ending. I know Joel's attitude was changing a little bit, but I thought his decision to kind of endanger the rest of the world is a bit of a trope, really, isn't it? It's not always my favourite kind of outcome to something like that. Drop it. Damn. Because it is a bit of a trope, that whole kind of, you know, I'll endanger the rest of humanity so that I can... Seriously? Okay. So that I can endanger... so I can save one person. But I thought it was done very well. I thought it was obviously a change of... Where am I going? Let's think. To the shore. To the shore. Yes. A change of character for Joel. He went from being sort of very much like, you know, let's help people to screw people. I just thought it was done very well, I thought. Very believably done. And then the whole lying to her thing about it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the ending to it, actually. Looking back. Now, it's a shame that, bearing in mind it says there's no going back once you go in there, that it doesn't auto-save once you go in there as well, isn't it? Kind of hoping for that. New VR game has a free demo, quite good, called Zero Caliber VR. Is that... That rings a bell, to be honest with you, Gaffer. Hello, Gaffer, by the way. How are you? That rings a bell. Is that... I need to bring that closer. I'm assuming that's the guy behind me. Zero Caliber VR. I'll even put the word demo next to that. Yeah, that sounds like something that was out, and I keep hitting that mic stand when I put that back. I'm so sorry. something that was out in like the dev kit 2 days. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't play it at the time, so either way it'll be new to me. I'll take a look at it. Thank you very much for that, Gaffer. How is Red Dead, you ask? How is Red Dead? Red Dead is fantastic, actually. Is it as good as all the reviews say? A little bit undecided on that front. It's a very good game. Is it the single greatest game that's ever existed in the history of time? Bit undecided on that. It's insanely detailed. It took me. I said this earlier in the stream. It took me a few hours to get into it, really. The first couple of hours I wasn't really feeling it too much. It took me a while to get into the swing of things. I think the control scheme is, I don't know if I'd go as far as bad. It's not great. I don't know what you could really do to change it necessarily, but I'm not a developer. It's not my job to do that, I suppose. But yeah, I thought the control scheme could do some work. It was confusing enough. It took me a few hours to get used to the control scheme, which is not great. It's not what you want, really, is it? So that was not ideal. But now I've got into swing of it a bit. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the game. Like, definitely one of the better games I've played for some time. So yeah, very good. Very, very good. The one thing that does annoy me a little bit, and it's a bit nitpicky, but for all the detail they've got, the dialogue doesn't flow very well sometimes. So you'll be talking to someone and they'll say, I don't know, you know, I've had a horrible time, my sheep farm got wiped out, and then your response is like, oh, well, g'day, partner. And those little things, it just doesn't quite match up as you would hope. And same sort of thing, not really obviously with the story quest lines and stuff, it all matches up perfectly. But like when you take a bath, you can have a girl come in to help wash you, and it does actually stay relatively PG. I thought it would be a bit more full on than it was, but it doesn't seem to have gone down that route yet. But yeah. So you're talking to the girl and you can have a conversation with them, and I thought maybe, you know, maybe you'll have the same girl each time in each town, and maybe you'll get to know them and they'll tell you a bit about their lives, but it's just kind of like generic one-liners, and it doesn't, each line doesn't really match up with the previous one necessarily. It's just little things like that. I'd like to see them tie that up a bit more. If you're going to make a world as visually detailed as it is in terms of its character and animations and behaviour, I'd like the vocals and the dialogue to do the same sort of thing, and it doesn't quite do that. It's a bit of a shame, but like I say, very good game. Don't get me wrong, I'm nitpicking here. You know, it's the difference between a 9 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 sort of nitpicking. I want to eat a little bit of food. Might as well eat a lot of food if it's the end of the game, to be honest. To make sure I got as much health as possible. We'll give this a go again. There is a save game. What if we save the game? You need to enter a hiding spot. Of course you do. Where is the nearest hiding spot, and can you hide from the emerald? Probably not, right? Also a pain. God, but haven't played it much. Very gory as well. I assume you're talking about Zero Caliber, so I don't think Red Dead's that gory. But that sounds good. I'm always up for a bit of gore, Gaffer. Oh, this is a bit different. He's not immediately getting wailed on, is he? Oh, you did mean Red Dead. Oh, okay. I don't know if... Oh, I suppose saying that. The fighting isn't particularly gory. The skinning definitely has an aspect of gore about it. I'm not going to make that, am I? Particularly like the small animals where let's put it down. They just grab them and then kind of just hold them by their back legs, grab their like by their rectum, and then just rip down and rip the skin from their body. That is quite gory and quite enjoyable to watch, I would say. If you kill someone and shoot the head 4 times, it explodes. Haven't tried that. Definitely going to try that now. I've also not tried dynamiting their legs. But again, I'll definitely give that a go at some point. Oh, come on. I'm trying. Oh my god. Come on now. Let's throw. Get clear. What can we do? There are so many of them. I don't think we're going to make it. Courage Mouse. Damn that signal rat. Where is he? He'll be here. We'll go out fighting. Ah, there he is. So we need another one. It's going to be challenging. I wish they would draw them away, perhaps, from the chest. That would help. Just have to carry this a bit faster as well. That would also help. It's also nice that I've got the pine cones. What would happen if I didn't have the pine cones? Do I have them out? I can't tell. That's a fair hit. Okay. If you want some fun, do this cheat by going into options and pressing Y or triangle twice, then type abundance is the dullest desire with those exact caps. Okay. And oh no, I need to use my other arm. Forgot. So what does that do then, Gaffer? Or is that you can leave that for a surprise? Hit it again! I would love to. I would absolutely love to. If I die now, ooh, annoyance. Guess you infinite ammo, okay. So you're sort of talking like infinite dynamite here, are we? Gosh damn it. Gosh damn it, I don't know where any more bristles is. Oh, crapolas. It's super dark. Is that one down there? Oh, and the explosive ammo, yes, of course. Of course. Oh, come on. Don't come this way, don't come this way. Thank you, auto powder keg. It's getting quite close to exploding. Oh, there we go! Oh, hello. Jesus. Let's have a word, shall we? Yeah, I haven't crafted any explosive ammo yet for the bows. This is one of my next survival challenges. I say our next survival challenges, so it's on the list of things to do. Help me close the chest. That's a good point, actually. Silas, chest first. Before you do that, could I get hold of those charts by any chance? I'd love the charts. Fatal, where did you come from? Oh, it's sod too long. He never stopped the green flame. Other arm, keep forgetting. As fast as you could. Just too late for the fight, though. Yeah. No treasure. Whoa, now, Rolo. Whoa. Auto powder keg. That's enough. I'm well aware of what happened. I did it for Mera. I didn't know the green flame was going to be there, did I? I don't feel like that's my fault. I'm quite cold. I'm quite cold. And almost damned us all. All it took was 3 explosions to stop it. Overall, I think the whole War of the Green Flame's a bit overrated, really, isn't he? I did set it loose. I'll be, you know, contrite. crystals aren't the source of the flame, more a channel for its power. Then it's not over. It's still out there and far from beaten. Okay. Play on PlayStation 4. Let's put away the explosive pine cones. I guess this is pretty much it then, is it? We're going to have a bit of an epilogue with everyone. The few characters we become close to. How goes it, Mouse? Well, Augusta Fatale, you came back for me, kind of. You thought there was treasure, that's why you came back. Let's be realistic about it. Never really left? Well, I mean, you did leave me a note saying that you left. Just need to pick up a few more things. This is it then. There was something I wanted to say. Farewell. That's it, I suppose. Wait, there's something I wanted to say. Farewell. You're really leaving? Wait, there's something I wanted to say. Farewell. Okay, I suppose. I guess that's as far as that's going to go. Fatale. What? Give it back. Ah, the spyglass. Oh. Oh. I thought it was actually going to clear up the spyglass quest then. You don't know where he's going. Pulls the thief's whistle from a pack and presents it to you in case you ever need us. Oh, is that how the whistle works? Fatale, I am still here. Okay. Silas, are you ready to go, Mouse? Oh, we're actually going to go find Mera. Oh, okay. I didn't find all your scat beetles. At least they're free. What are you doing now, Silas? There's no going back, that's for damn sure. Why not come with us? And leave these three to deal with this? Which three? Oh, the ghost? The council must be warned. The green flame has returned, but has it returned or has it just been contained the same as it was after the first war? Don't know. One day I'll sing songs about you. Let's see if I can give you something to write about them. If I find Mera, I'm afraid. What will I find? My wife has been taken to an island which was the source of the green flame, apparently. So, yeah. Add me on PSN. It's not actually my PSN, it's the wife's PSN, unfortunately. So, no, I'm not sure I'm allowed to do such things. I've never actually made myself my own PSN account. Because everything we play is essentially her game, and anything I play on PC. But I'll tell you what, Gaffer, I'll make a note of it just so we got it. What am I doing here? Mini Gaffer. Mini Gaffer 204. Perfect. Awesome. I'm currently playing Cities Skylines. I bloody loved Cities Skylines. Loved it so much. It was so good. I played many, many hours. I've not played since like the last 3 or 4 kind of expansion packs. I can't vouch for the other mice, but there are a few creatures braver than you. Thank you very much, Silas. Thank you. Magpie. Oh, I have your spyglass. Oh, here we go. Finally. Tied off that quest at least. It's broken, is it, Fatale? Why is that, I wonder? One last thing I wanted to ask you about. Farewell. One last thing I wanted to ask you about. Well, farewell. Oh, there's one last thing I wanted to ask you about. Farewell. Could tie that off really, couldn't they? Thank you, Silas, for all you've done for me. I want you to have something here. A scat beetle. Oh, okay. If you've trained her, I should come and find you. A little homing beetle, is it? About Bryn. Yeah, it's time to move on, Silas. It's not really your fault. I mean, maybe don't get drunk on the job, I suppose. Here are the charts. You did get the charts. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just Rolo and Dunlane left, I guess. Rolo. Come on then, Rolo. Now I've patched this boat up as best I can. So whilst we're going through this, if you guys have got any suggestions for the next stream games, I'll probably tie this off after this. I know it's not been a particularly long stream, that means, but I don't really have anything else lined up. So, not sure what I'd jump into otherwise, and I'd have to change all the thumbnails and everything, and I'm not prepared for that in the slightest, because I didn't really expect it to finish quite as fast as it has. So if you guys have got any suggestions what I can stream next week, nothing's currently springing to mind. I was kind of expecting this game to finish this evening. We'll get very close, but I hadn't really thought about what I'd do next. So, suggestions on the back of a postcard or in chat. You know, it's a bit easier. Let's just look at this sentence here. I've patched this boat up as best I can. This is the boat that sunk because it was too laden down with green flame emitting crystals, that has been in the lake for 20 years. 20 years is a long old time. That's a long old time. And he's just patched up. He's just knocked a couple of nails in it. Job done. Yeah, don't know about that. Oh, but she should keep you dry. What should we do with the chest? It needs to be taken far from here, buried deep where it can never be found. Me, the broader here, is only right that I take it. That's... Oh, Gusto and Fatale are going to go as well. It looks like I should have gone right to left. Based on Silence's comment about the three of them, I think I should have gone right to left. It seems to have got itself a bit mixed up there, hasn't it? Kingdoms and Castles, a pixelated medieval city builder. Oh, I wasn't expecting anything like that. It's a bit unusual for me. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that's an interesting one, Indy. That's an interesting one. It kind of fit in with the Dragon's Dogma and Shadow of Mordor kind of ilk, wouldn't it, I guess? I'm not really a huge Assassin's Creed fan, so interesting one. I'm not sure if my wife ever finished it. I'll have to ask her if she finished it and see what she thought. Skyrim, George. She's yelling at me now. Hang on one moment. What are you saying? Oh, you haven't done Odyssey? Oh, hasn't done Odyssey. Of course she hasn't done Odyssey. So, no, I don't know if she'd be happy with me playing it. I don't know if she's not played it herself. And Skyrim. Do you mean the VR Skyrim, George? I did try Skyrim VR. If you mean Pancake VR, Pancake Skyrim. I played Pancake Skyrim. I don't know if I'd be interested in going and spending probably like 20 streams going through Skyrim again. Skyrim VR is a bit more of an interesting idea, but I didn't really enjoy the VR implementation all that much. If you watch the videos I did on it, it felt a little bit half-assed, really. It was beautiful is a strong word. It's not the greatest looking game. It was quite a spectacle, particularly when you got to the top of a hill and you could look over like a huge distance. That was a lot of fun. The dragons were quite fun to see in it as well. The dragon at the beginning, that was quite awesome to see. I just wasn't a big fan. Basically, the main issue I have is the menu. The menu was not even attempted to be worked on for VR. It was just copy and pasted from the... had issues with bows, yes. Copy and pasted from the Pancake version, and I just don't think it worked very well, and I think they probably could have worked on it a bit more, come up with a better solution. Even I think I suggested at the time, like a quick menu option, so like favourite weapons. So you could have like 2 single-handed weapons at your side, you could have a favourite bow on one soldier, you could have a favourite 2-handed weapon on the other soldier, shoulder. Get there in the end, blimey. And then you could have like spells, like 4 spells on your chest that you could grab and just cast. So you didn't have to go into your menu to change between stuff, because the whole thing about VR is immersion, and if you've got to go into a menu that pauses the game, it breaks immersion. So I thought something like that would have been, in my mind at least, it sounds relatively simple, but obviously didn't do it, and I've not heard of it being patched or updated since. Kind of got the impression they were just doing these VR games to really help with their Oculus lawsuit. See, as far as Pisa Road. Where's Pisa Road? Oh, they must travel to the ancient city of Pisa and register the name. We did read that before, didn't we? Yes. Scrunt. Nothing. Scrunt. You killed the jailer, Roller, to protect your secret. Yes. Yeah, I thought so. Thought so. So, yeah. Yeah. A little bit disappointed with Fallout, a little bit disappointed with Skyrim. LA Noire was the one which probably worked the best, even though it was very poorly optimized for Oculus. Oh, but that's not even Bethesda, is it? I'm way off target there. It's Rockstar, of course. Yeah. You were gonna let me hang for a crime you committed? I hadn't made up my mind. Did you kill the smithy? I've done my best to do right by him since. The money you've been collecting for his family, that's nice. That's nice. I'm glad I bought stuff from you now. Would you have killed me? Maybe, but I've become quite fond of you. Might just cut out your tongue. Wouldn't stop me opening the chest though, would it? A Telltale game. Now that's a fairly interesting suggestion. I don't mind a Telltale game. I've played a fair few. I've not played any for a long, long time. The main problem with that is if I do come into a game-breaking bug, it's not getting patched anymore. Oh, it's a very, very somber subject. Oh my god. Shoulder. No. Ow. So you heard him sing then. Thanks, Vital. If that thing in the chest wasn't the green flame, where is it? I do know the song of the Gilded Warrior. Why'd you sing the wrong song at this point? Should we let it go? Let's let it go. We've got a little bit of time, haven't we? So let's let it go. And so at last to Vaelia came, the army of the Emerald Flame. There Periclave's sheer wall stood lined with the last of every living kind. And then from the ranks rode Duinlan bold, Duinlan, astride a salamander, skin like gold. That'll be a sight to see. Her courage-stirred hearts froze with dread, and others went with Duinlan led. Jarlan and Nikto joined the fight, black and white and blue as night. Bathed in the bright abyss's light, 12 rats faced down the green flame's might. Then came the mighty clarion's call, and Duinlan and Jarlan, Nikto all. Nikto? Did summon forth a hurricane. How'd they do that? That quenched at last that dire flame. I thought the flame was meant to do with mice. I thought that's why they didn't like mice. Did I get that wrong? The green flame at Periclave. You're watching over the treasure. Got as far as the headland there, for I turned back. What I saw in Periclave, what happened to my crew? A thing like that, it changes you. Okay, so what about Carol then, the frog? Yeah. I should have eaten his other leg and left him on that island. Brilliant. Keep the suggestions coming, guys. Keep them coming. It wasn't my fault. It was him cooked it for us. What? I'll see him right. You mean to take him with you, right? If you like, yeah. Might be needing this then. When did they even go down to the jail? Why did they steal a wooden leg? At least we didn't eat it. That's true. That is very true. The green flame's power had no hold on us. Why did we not turn? Because we're alive. Oh, who can say? I did hear it's got a little bit of naval combat. Yeah, and I'm sure, as you recall, I do like myself some Black Flag naval combat. I reckon there's something in the wood. What do you mean, the wood? The wood, the wooden chest, the wood in the scrunt shield, the smithy's teeth, his loot. Oh. That's hell of a leap there, Fatal. How did you even come up with that? Your head. Farewell, Captain. Wait, there's something I wanted to say. Farewell, Captain. Wait, there's something I wanted to say. Farewell, Captain. We'll leave that then. Next time. I'll be needing my hat back. Will you need the eye patch back too? Why did you have an eye patch? It was just the fashion for a while, you know, amongst pirates. What do you think? Well, you look a bit more like a pirate now, at least. Oh, it leveled up. How fortuitous. Infamous Second Son. I did already play through Infamous Second Son. And also, PlayStation 4 games aren't ideal. It is possible. I did talk to someone previously when Red Dead came out. It might have been Beth. About the inability to stream it because I don't have a capture card. And I did read up on it a little bit afterwards. And what you can do is you can just use the PlayStation 4 Remote Play. So you can install the Remote Play app on your PC, play the PlayStation game on your PC, and then stream that. So it is actually possible to do relatively easily. All you have to do is plug the PlayStation into a wired connection rather than the wireless. But that's not too much of a problem. I've got 1 or 2 wired connections down there. So that's not an issue at all. So it is possible, but I have already played Infamous Second Son, and also if I do play a PlayStation 4 game, it does obviously lock the Wi-Fi out of the PlayStation 4, which, particularly in Red Dead season, it's dicey ground, you know. You fought bravely, good master. I've been grateful for your guidance, my lady. My lady. Fatal, you return this urn to Duinland's tomb. We don't put things back, we take them. We'll take this from me and put it back over there. One question. Does Duinland need all of these jewels? Yes, yes she does. I'll see it's done, thank you very much. Farewell, good mouse, Tylo. May you find what you seek. Captain, let's get this boat launched. Mera needs me. If Mera's on the source of the green flame and probably doesn't carry a wooden thing around with her, unless that's a massive coincidence, then can't promise you she's alive, no. Nothing's impossible, I'll give him that. Nothing is impossible, but chances are low. Is he not coming with me? Head straight out until the currents take hold. Hang on now. When they got to Periclave in the first place, they were trying to escape something, got caught in one current. The captain fought against that current to escape into the second current that took them into Periclave. How am I going to do that? I'm a mouse. I don't have the strength to steer the ship around. Particularly not out of a massively dangerous and strong current. And I don't have a crew. Batman Arkham games, another good suggestion, George. I have played all of the Batman Arkham games. And the last one, to be honest, I wasn't really that keen on the last one. It's a bit too formulaic is what I'm going to go for. They tried to do open world, but I think they should have stuck with sort of what they were doing before and having it relatively laid out for you. But yeah, it was a bit too formulaic, I thought. Which works sometimes, like Mad Max. I've mentioned before I love me Mad Max, and that was super formulaic, but it was just so much fun I didn't care. You're the shortest creature I've ever looked up to. Oh, I'm gonna have a little tear. That's so touching. Oh, look at his little smile. Bye, Silas. As your friends slowly fade from view, your thoughts again turn to... Oh, I'm only taking the little boat. I thought I was taking the big boat. How am I going to get that through those currents? And Periclave, waiting for you beyond the horizon, shrouded in fog and mystery. I'm glad they've actually done a little cinematic for it. Both made in equal parts of truth and hope, of memory and dreams. Little more than the ghost of a tale. Ah, I said the name of the game. Drink. Drink. Other arm. Well, there we go. Then that was Ghost of a Tale. And then stealing his leg. That's a great picture. I love that. That is wonderful. As Indy says, a little bit of applause. So what did you guys think of that? I actually really enjoyed that. A little slow to start, a little confusing to start as well, but I really enjoyed that. Like I said, I think the levels could have done with a little bit more tweaking to make it a little bit more intuitive, but oh, that's a sad picture. That's my dead son. Hello. That's a very sad thing to put there. But yeah, I really enjoyed that in the end. I actually really enjoyed the story. I like it, the fact it set up a lot of lore without being... Some games you play and it's a whole new universe and they give you so much lore, so many weird names that they've tried to sort of make very unique to different cultures and areas and islands or whatever, and it gets a little bit overwhelming sometimes, doesn't it? But I thought they did a very good job there of having a lot of lore introduced in sensible ways without being too much. So that was that's awesome, yeah. And banged over my phone there. Fantastic. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. I'm also obviously very much set up for a potential sequel. Would it still be the same sort of game is my immediate thought there? Would it still be a stealthy, zero combat, mouse hiding in barrels sort of thing? Or would they step it up a little bit maybe and make it a bit more combat focused, like it is the journey of Tilo. So the next game's about getting to Mera perhaps, and then maybe rescuing her from where she is, and he gets a little bit more, you know, stabby, a bit more violent, and then maybe there's a third game, maybe it's a trilogy, and in the trilogy final he actually becomes a bit more like, you know, a bit of a war hero, a bit more gung-ho as it were, fancy hat wearers. I guess this is all the Indiegogo baggers. Do you know I've backed a few games on various back-in platforms, and I've never actually watched to see if my name's in the credits of anything. Never have. My voice is going, so this is actually quite fortuitously timed. Excuse me. God damn. I told you I've been trying to not use it and I failed miserably. Did you play Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War? I did indeed. I played Shadow of Mordor and I streamed Shadow of War as well. That was relatively early stream game, I think. Lasted a while. There's a fair few streams on it. It's a good couple of months we streamed it for, but yeah. I did stream. I really enjoyed Shadow of War. It's a good game. That was a game which did took a kind of small open world game and expanded it quite well, really. Wasn't too formulaic. It was obviously very formulaic, but it didn't really feel too bad. It was varied enough, which is quite impressive, bearing in mind that you're basically playing in desolate, war-torn areas. That's all it really is. So, kind of very similar to Mad Max, really. You got a very similar, samey kind of landscape, but they made it quite interesting and fun nonetheless. So yes. Yeah, I did Shadow of War. Did the most recent one. I'll let the credits go, just see if anyone comes up with any other suggestions, because as I say, I'm very much drawing a blank. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is probably the closest at the moment. Like I say, the wife hasn't played it, which is the problem. If me, as someone who isn't really into Assassin's Creed, plays it before the wife does, she might be unhappy. Oh, but saying that, there is the Twitch Prime bonus for Assassin's Creed, isn't there? So I could get that and really wind her up, because she won't have that. No worries, Indy. Thank you for being here. And most importantly, I don't think I've mentioned this for the last stream or two, but this game was a gift from the ever-generous and amazing Indy Benito, so a huge thanks to Indy Benito. If it wasn't for him, I would never have played this game. It wasn't really on my radar. I hadn't really heard of it at all, but I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much to Indy for gifting it across to me. Very generous, as always, Indy. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So yes, I will message Andy at some point on Facebook and see if he is around tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get some Payday 2. I don't have it. It's on my spreadsheet. I've got a list of games that I've been sort of, you know, on my list of things to try. And right down towards the bottom of the list now is Payday 2. Because I was going to try it when it first came out with a few friends. Because you can do it a mix. You don't have to all be in VR. You can have one person in VR and other people in pancake mode, as people get annoyed when I call it. So I was going to play it many moons ago, but I never quite got there. Never quite got there. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see it. I did enjoy Payday 2 in pancake mode. It's just, as I said before, it's a little bit to wrap your head around. But then again, I very much love Warframe, and that's an absolute nightmare to wrap your head around to start with. Yes. Well, I was going to say you're running out of time for suggestions, but this looks like it could go on for 20 minutes. Could go on for some time, this. Yeah, when I got onto a good game with... oh, did you play on Monday? I was looking out for you guys on Monday and didn't see you guys pop up. That's why I wasn't around. But I was sort of waiting around, see if you guys were there. I wasn't overly proactive, I guess. I didn't really message you guys and say, oh, I'm ready to play. So that's kind of my bad. My bad. Yeah, I'll message Andy in a second, see if he's around tomorrow. Then that'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah, when we got into a good games with like a good, 3 people in particular, came a lot of fun. Once you learn the levels as well, because it's all about sort of learning the levels and how you're supposed to play them. Going in blind was always a recipe for disaster. But like some of them, like the jewelry store one at the beginning, I got very good at that. I can solo that on the hardest difficulty quite easily now, because that's how you get something. Little things you can find and pick up. Little packs, whatever they are. I can't remember what they are now, but that's how you can find a lot of those quite easily. So yes, we'll hopefully have a bit of a go on that tomorrow. So look out for that later on, everyone. I was meant to say this. I don't remember if I did just say this, but if you are watching on YouTube and you fancy hitting that like button because you've enjoyed this game, you've enjoyed this series, and you've enjoyed this video in particular, please do click the like button. That'd be really appreciated. As always, of course. Oh my god. Honestly. I'm not generally much of a wimp when it comes to pain and stuff, but really winding me up. Really winding me up, this. How many backers did this game have? It is going on a while. Am I going to stop it? I might have to stop it in a second. It's been 10 minutes now. If you are watching and you fancy watching a bit of Red Dead 2 and you want to swatch over to something else, probably for about 20 minutes after the time I finish, but Beth is still streaming on Twitch. I've had it on my phone, keeping an eye on her, seeing what she's up to. So Beth is still streaming on Twitch, so you can go and check her out at Pizza Beth on Twitch. So, you know, feel free to jump in there and say hello. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. That being said, it looks like these suggestions have dried up a little bit, so let's skip the end of the credits. Oh, it's straight to that. There we go. Well, there we go then. That is Ghost of a Tale. As I said, I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. I like the little tie-in with the name at the end there. What I do like on a menu screen sometimes is a way of looking at the lore from the menu, like some sort of like contents or something. Because I'd like to look into that a bit more. I might read up on it a bit actually, just find out a bit more about the history behind it and stuff. Because oh, Wolfenstein's an interesting suggestion. Not played a Wolfenstein in a while. Yeah. Okay. That's an end. Yeah. Interesting. Not really heard much about it either. Alright, George, yeah, I'll add that. I'll add that to the list, definitely. Cool, well, that's that then. That is Ghost of a Tale. So as I say, I'm going to leave that there this week. I wasn't very prepared. As I say, I've been training this week as well, so it's made things quite awkward because I can only... I've had to manage to record, export and upload videos all in the same evening, whereas usually I'm a bit cheeky and I do the recording, export overnight and then upload it and work the next day. So I've had to be a bit more full on with keeping on top of videos to get them out this week. So... yeah, I was a little bit lax and I haven't got anything lined up for the last hour or so. So I'm going to leave that there. So, again, a massive thank you to Indy. Really, really appreciate it, Indy. I really, really do. So thank you for that. If you do have any other suggestions, guys, on any other things that you might like to see me play, feel free to drop me an email or comment on a different video. That'd also be appreciated. Or you could just, you know, go on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. Any of the social media platforms. Drop me a message on any of those if you have any other suggestions. And then I'll ignore all of them. And I'll play something entirely different next week. Sounds good to me. Perfect. All right. Well, as I said, thank you to everyone for coming along. Thank you to everyone for getting involved in chat. Always really appreciated. Whilst I still would play if there's no one there talking to me, it's always nice to have people there as well to enjoy it with and just, you know, find out a bit about how you've been going lately. Really do like it. So... thank you to everyone, as always. I will see you next week. And don't forget, as always, videos every day on the channel, but you all know that by now. Don't really need to say it. I will drop in one more. If you're on YouTube, click the like button. Hugely appreciated. Smash that like button. As some people say, but I don't. Thought I'd try it out. It's not for me. It's not for me. Yeah, cool. Alright, guys. Thank you much for joining me. And I'll hopefully see you next time then. And maybe I'll see Indy tomorrow. See you later.